Hi there. These are 3 questions from the mystery message algebra geometry section. So I took 3 towards the end, which were causing people a few problems. This is question Q. It's the 9th question on the worksheet. And what they've done is they've given you a diagram in which you don't know exactly what the length of any side is, but you do know the relationship. This side is 2x. This side is x. Which means no matter what, this side will always be twice the length of this side. If x is 3, this length will be 3 and this will be 6. So the goal in the end here is not to find out exactly the area, but find out what the expression for the area is. Now we know the expressions for areas of rectangles, triangles, you'll learn polygons, you'll learn trapezoids, parallelograms, and circles this year. But we do not know a formula for the area of this shape. In actual fact, it doesn't exist. So what you have to do is you have to divide it into shapes that you know. There are various ways we can do this. Somebody suggested today that we can take a rectangle, the entire rectangle, and then we can subtract this piece. That's one way. We can also divide it into 3 rectangles, like this. This is 1 rectangle, 2 rectangles, 3 rectangles. Taking the same shape, we can also divide it this way. We have 1, 2, and 3. And the way you divide it always depends on the information that you're given. Sometimes you divide it and you take a look and you're missing information, and sometimes you're not missing information. So just take a good look at it and trust your instincts. Okay? So the quickest way to do it actually is number 1. So we'll do it the first way. What I challenge you to do is do it all 3 ways, and you should be able to get exactly the same answer, because your strength in math is going to be being able to solve the same problem many different ways. Okay, so let's take a look at the area of the rectangle. So whenever you use a formula, you have to write it down. I use subscripts a lot. This means the area of my rectangle is B times H. You might have used L times W, which is length times width, and that's okay, length and your width. But what you're going to find out more and more now is that you will use base times height. That's more universal. So this is the base and this is the height. Of course, with a rectangle, it doesn't make any difference which is the base or the height. So the base of my rectangle is this length here. Now at first glance, you might not think that you know it. However, I do know this distance is x. So from here to here is x. I know the distance from where I just finished off to this point is also x, because right above it I know this line is x. So this is x. And by the same explanation, this is 2x, so from the bottom to the end is 2x. So my entire base is made up of x plus 2x, which is 1x, 2x, 4x. Notice that we're collecting terms here. We do not change exponent on the x. Okay, so that's my 4x. Always amazing, great idea to write on your diagram. I know the height of my rectangle, which is 2x. Okay, so I plug in what I know. I know the base. I know the base, which is 4x. I know the height. I'm going to put these both in brackets. The height is 2x. So when I multiply these, I have 4 times 2 is 8. X times x, remember when you multiply 2 powers with the same base, you add the exponents. I have a 1 and a 1, it is x squared. Okay, any important information that I have in a problem, I circle it. And then I go back and I put a rectangle around the answer. Okay, so this is the area of the whole rectangle. What I need to do though is I need to subtract this little piece. Okay, so I need the area of the little square. I'm going to say area of small square. SM is for small. Same thing, it's base times height. Now look at my square. I need a base, which is x. I need a height, which is x. X times x. Remember, dot also means x. Dot also means times, which is x squared. So now I have 8x squared and x squared. And we said what we were going to do is we were going to take the big rectangle, which is the area is 8x squared, and we were going to subtract the little square. It's that little piece right here. Minus x squared. Remember, there's a 1 in front of here. We're collecting terms here. 8x squared minus x squared is 7x squared. And there is your answer. So if you go down to the bottom of the problem, you see that 7x squared is the first answer. And then you put the q in there. Okay, so that's actually q.